no guns allowed in here tonight. Because tonight we want to have fun and we don't want nobody to get killed tonight.
What's up, guys? Jay back with another action figure review. But before we get started, if you like your reviews unbiased and real, then please hit that subscribe button and check out some of our other videos, because that's what we do. Now, today we have a Mezco 112 Aleister Gangreene, and I'm not gonna lie, this one is pretty cool. It comes with some extras like this official Pulp Fiction style comic book that I believe tells the story of this character, his backstory, his lore. It's very cool, and I'm happy it came with it, but I don't really get into it because I don't like black and white comics like that, but it's cool. As far as the box, this artwork on the front and the back is amazing. I actually think this art is even better than the art that was on Tangerine's box. I love how he's depicted here on the back and how it just covers the entirety of the canvas, and he has this grotesque face. This isn't exactly how I think the figure is going to look out the box, but I'm not Anthony's Custom, so I'm not going to judge a figure based off how it looks on a box. Like their usual packaging for the Rumble Society, there is art on every side of this thing, and I think that's really cool. Inside the box is more art. I like this art style for him as well. It's a little more drawn than the front of the box, so that's cool. I think that works better for the horror element. If you look down, then we see an actual picture of the figure itself posing and in kind of a wooded area. Packaging for me is going to be a 5 out of 5. This is good, and I hope that Mezco keeps up the really good work. Moving on to the figure, I end up having to say this every single time, but this is the best head sculpt that I own now. But as amazing as this head sculpt is, I have to dock points because of it, because Mezco decided this would be the only head sculpt for this figure. Yeah. It's pretty crazy. There are other head accessories, which we will get into in a little bit, but this is the only actual portrait of his face that we get. And that is a shame because I really do love this face. I love the gray bluish opaque paint job for his skin. I love the deformed mutated jaw that just hangs off the side of his face, and at the top there's these green seaweed like strands of hair sitting on top of his bald head. And my favorite though are the eyes. The eyes on this thing are so cool. The left eye socket seems to have 3 mutated eyes coming out of the socket, and then on the side of his face is more weird mutated eyes coming out of this thing is great. It's disgusting and I love it. Full 360 swivel on the head. You get full swivel on both wrists. I'm not gonna lie, this one he does kind of feel how he looks. He feels kind of bulky and solid. The flexing on this one is kind of stiff. It could be better. There's no real ab crunch. You don't want to bend him too much. As you can see, you're especially restricted with these soft goods that he has on. They look great, but it is a lot of clothes. Trying to spin him around, he does go all the way around, but it doesn't feel great. I wouldn't do that too many times. As far as the splits, this is as far as he goes. I don't know if you care about the splits, but because of his pants, I think he's restricted. His arms only go up about this much. Now, down to his boots, these are the same boots they used for their Conan figure. You get full swivel on the ankle, full 360 with the foot going around. And I really do like these boots. It's cool that they found a way to repurpose them. As you can see here, his pants are sewn very tightly directly into the cuff of the boot. The fabric feels strong. It feels good. I love all the details that went into the soft goods. All these defects and holes in his sweater, as you can see, is very lifelike. Also, great detail on his chest harness, which according to Mezco is an accessory, but it came strapped to him, so I'm not going to consider it that. Elbows double jointed. The biceps and triceps, not a lot of movement, not a lot of flexibility because of the soft goods. Lifting up the sweater though, we see more details. This model itself is so grotesque. That's a really cool airbrush job. It looks really nice. More interesting details. From his side hangs a small blood painted satchel. On his upper back, it's kind of unfocused, but you can see more details. He's very scarred. This model is so detailed that even his hands have like defensive wounds and cuts from his victims, and I think that is very cool. He's a hunchback, so his abdomen is designed in a way that he very easily slouches over, and even when you stand him very straight, he still has this natural disfigured hunchback look, which I love that. I'm gonna give the figure itself a 3.8 out of 5. He's really good. I'm not in love with him the way I was in love with Tangerine, and I'm really kind of sour about there only being one head sculpt, but everything else is great. Articulation isn't great, but that's expected. He's a big scary monster guy. Going into the accessories, Mezco did it again. They did it again. There's so much hair and each thing is great. I actually love every piece that comes with this character. And what's great is that they can be used with other horror figures in your collection. If you look, you can see those head accessories that I mentioned, and he even has a bear trap, right? A freaking bear trap, which is amazing. Only 4 hands, which I think is no good, but that's acceptable. So first we have the skull and spine, very detailed, very creepy. It fits in his grabbing hand pretty well. Next, we have his shroud. It looks to be made of animal fur of some kind. It looks very cool. You put it over his sweater. Then we have one of my favorites, his vintage welder slash fireman looking mask. This thing, he looks terrifying when he puts this on. Then he has a rotted head as a trophy to hang on to. There's a hand to match, and we'll see it in a little. Then another crowd pleaser, his spiked club. This thing looks amazing and also has some blood paint detail on it. Then we have the animal mask. He wears it over his face and it looks great. Then we have a bone club. I don't know if it's supposed to be human or animal or what. Up next, his skull and bone charm. These are necklaces that you could kind of like hang around his neck. Then we have the best thing I've ever seen in my life. He has a fully functioning bear trap. This thing is amazing. You manually pull the trap back, and once you apply pressure to the center, it works. And last is the rotted hand trophy, which I'm assuming belongs to whoever's rotted head that was. Only 2 pairs of hands, which isn't terrible, but could be better. His spiked club fits easily in his grabbing hands. The skull and spine is a little tougher to fit in his hands, but once you work it in there and tighten his hands a little bit, it fits. Looking at his stand, this is another really good one. I think I like the art on it and how it matches the inside art on the box.
So the accessories are pretty impressive with this one. I'd say a 4.5 out of 5. As you can see, any horror collector can put all of these to good use. This is a really fun figure. Probably a pass if you're not a big fan of this genre or a fan of a creepy looking zombie dude. But he is cool just to pose or just have on your shelf. He'd attract a lot of attention. Here he is next to some other figures just so you can get an idea of a height comparison. So all in all, I definitely would recommend you guys pick this up. Another great original from Mezco. I still don't understand the one head sculpt thing, but I won't let that ruin all the positives about this figure. Overall, it's about a 4.4 out of 5. Yeah, this guy is sold out on the Mezco site. If I'm being completely honest, I got him resale. Not for too much over retail, including shipping, but Mezco is really going in with this Rumble Society line, man. As of this upload, they've released Woodford the Frog and Crab Louie. I think I'd be a little bit more inclined to buy Crab Louie. But thanks for watching, guys. Let us know, what do you think about Aleister? And don't forget to subscribe, comment, and let us know. And check out these photos that we did of Aleister.
No guns allowed in here tonight. Because tonight we want to have fun and we don't want nobody to get killed tonight.